Hello Year 2s. Today in our writing we are learning to write a fact file and I have, here's one I made earlier. I have written one out just as an example to show you all at home, and obviously my children here I've got in school today in Year 2 just to show them how to write a fact file properly. We have done lots and lots and lots of these before, so I know that you all know how to write them anyway. But I've done one about Christopher Columbus just to show you, ready for you to be able to write one about Neil Armstrong. Okay, so mine is a different person, but obviously yours will be about Neil Armstrong. Okay, so I've got my title, and I'm just going to write what they are in here. So I'm going to write title, so make sure that it's got a title. We need to know what your fact file is about. So obviously mine is Christopher Columbus, because that is what my fact file is about. You could then draw, or on a computer you could find a picture of the person who you're writing about. I attempted to draw a picture of Christopher Columbus, and as quiz class know, I'm terrible at drawing, so I'm ashamed to say I did give up on that one, but I have drawn you a nice picture at the end. We then have things that are called subheadings, okay? So we have these here that just break down our paragraphs into slightly smaller chunks. So I've got here, who was he? So this is a little paragraph just about who was Christopher Columbus, what did he do, you know, his early life. And then I've got his early life. I've got what he was like as a child or where he was from. And then I've got his discovery, so what he discovered, which goes onto this page. And then I've got some fun facts at the end and my picture there. So I will go through it all with you just to show you how it goes. And I've only written about 1 or 2 sentences for each section, so it doesn't have to be loads and loads of writing. This is just how we set out a fact file. But as you squids and turtles know, we have done these as leaflets as well. So if you'd prefer to do it as a leaflet, that's absolutely fine about Neil Armstrong. So it's up to you how you want to present that. So I've got who was he? That's one of my subheadings. I will just write here, subheading. Obviously you don't need to write this on yours, this is just to demonstrate and to show you how to do it. So I've got who was he? Christopher Columbus was an explorer who led an expedition across the Atlantic Ocean. And we know that because we learnt all about him, didn't we? In 1492. So I've given a date there as well. So see if you can find some dates about Neil Armstrong that you can put into yours. No one had done this daring expedition before. So what have I used there? I've used an adjective, haven't I? I've used the word daring, just to make it a bit more exciting for whoever is reading my fact file, okay? Because I want them to be interested in it. I don't want them to just say, oh God, this is boring. I don't want to read anymore. So I've got an adjective, which as we know is a describing word. It's describing what his expedition was like. It was daring, okay? No one had done it before. His early life. He was born in 1451 in Genoa in Italy. When he was a teenager, he sailed the beautiful coasts of Europe and Africa, okay? And I'm sure lots of you will have noticed already that I have used a conjunction in this sentence to make my sentence longer, to make it better, and to give a bit more information. I've used the word when, okay? This is one of our subordinating conjunctions that we've used lots and lots and lots of times in Year 2. So I've used when, and I've said when he was a teenager, and I've put a comma there because that's where I would naturally pause. When he was a teenager, he sailed the beautiful coasts of Africa and Europe, okay? So see if you can use some subordinating or coordinating conjunctions in your sentences, just to make them that little bit better for your reader. His discovery. He set off on August the 3rd in 1492 and thought it would only take a few days. So again, I've used and, I've said and he thought it would only take a few days. Did you know it actually took over a month, 36 days to be exact. So there, and we were talking about this in some of our writing groups before the Easter holidays, we were talking about how to talk to your reader. So did you know I'm actually speaking to the person who is reading my fact file? Okay, so see if you can try and find a way or a phrase or a word where you are talking to the person who's reading your fact file. after a long, worrying month at sea, they eventually saw land. And we know that it was a very, very horrible month at sea for them, don't we? From before. They were running out of food, they were having to drink seawater, they were getting sick, they were getting ill, and it just really, really wasn't very nice, was it? They eventually saw land. It was the Bahamas. And I've used an exclamation mark there because it's an exclamation sentence, isn't it? It was the Bahamas. They had finally found land. Okay, so see if you can use some different punctuation in your sentences. I bet they were glad to find that. And again, I'm talking to my reader, aren't I? I bet they were glad to find that. Some fun facts at the end here. I put, did you know Columbus was actually trying to find China, but discovered America instead? And the last one, you'll be amazed to find out that he sailed to America 3 more times and never actually made it to China. Okay, so I've used those words and those phrases to talk to my reader. We were doing lots and lots and lots about this before the Easter holidays in all of our writing groups. So use phrases like did you know, or you'll be amazed to find out, I bet you didn't know this, okay, and talk to the person who's reading your fact file. Okay, and then you could give it to one of your grown-ups or your brothers or sisters or whoever you might be able to see. And you could get them to read it and see how they feel when they're reading it, because we talk about, don't we, how does the reader feel? And then I have drawn a picture at the end. This is his ship that he sailed on, and I've put a little arrow here to a label to show what it is, and it says his ship, the Santa Maria. And as squids know, I do try my best when I'm doing my drawings. That was the best I could do this morning. So have a go at home, make your own fact file, a bit like this. You can set it out however you want. We've done them in different ways before, haven't we? Talk to the reader, use adjectives, use conjunctions, make it really, really exciting, okay? And actually you could even put them on the Facebook page or email them to us, and we can read them here in our classroom with the children who we've got in school, because it would be really lovely to hear some of your fact files about Neil Armstrong and how you're using that language that we've learned, how you're talking to your reader, and all of those lovely things that we've learned. Okay, so make sure you send them in to us because we really, really love to read them, and I'm sure you can draw some much better pictures than me. Colour them